Hello, everybody. Welcome to Go Tarot Odyssey. I just want to begin by thanking everybody for your beautiful comments. And my store has been really busy. If you guys don't know, I have an Etsy store. I make my own handcrafted jewelry, everything from rings to necklaces. And I just started making some really fun pieces for Christmas, really sparkly, neat pieces with agates, rose quartz, and I'm really into using jet jaspers and onyx, of course, the very protective stones. And then to draw in wealth, I like to use some of the natural stones that accumulate wealth too. And that's part of the reason I have all the zodiac gold coins out here right now, because as I was preparing, I was having this picture of money, of gold, of foundations, of new beginnings, really deep successes, love, soulmates, all of this stuff, all this richness in life. So because it's also Christmas, I just want to let you guys know that I'm continually running contests over on my Instagram. So if you go to my link below, please go to Sparkrist11 and join my Instagram, because I'm going to be running the coin contest now, where you can win your gold zodiac coin. We have Scorpio here, Taurus. We have every single sign. The Sagittarius, and then it has all the signs on the back of it. And I really love these. They're really heavy. They're like an ounce. It's not solid gold, of course, because this would make this a $20,000 collection. So you can win your zodiac coin if you want to go over there. I'm probably going to hold the contest tomorrow, and I have all the rules. I have the picture that says contest running. This is all you have to do, and then you just do that. It's probably going to be where are you from and what is your zodiac, and that's it. And then I make a list of the winners, and then I have them DM me for their address and all that. So it's really fun, and I love to give back. Last time I did like 10, I think it was 10 private reads in a row. It was like one or two a day for a time, but now I'm really, I want to thank you guys so much for ordering my jewelry. So now I'm really kind of concentrating on that after doing my daily posts on this, and filming is, my number one priority, that I always make sure I have a video day out for you guys, and I'm able to have time with my regular clients and do private reads. And then after that, I'm really devoting time to creating new pieces and doing a lot of fun stuff for Christmas as well. So I'm really excited. So you guys, we have 3 choices today, and this is sort of, you know what I think I'm going to have this be, because the full moon is coming on 12/12. What does that mean? Because right now too, I feel like there's this rebirth coming where, a certain defiance against old patterns and behaviors, where people are just tired of it. They're like, they hear someone say something, and then they step forward and they catch themselves because they realize they're about to say, do, and react like they always have, but it hasn't gotten them anywhere. And they're going to be like, aha, you know what? There's a new way to do this. A, I just don't get involved because it doesn't deserve my energy. Or B, I am going to go about this in a really calm, cool, collected way, and be like, we seem to always be at an impasse when it comes to this. What can we do to change this? Like, that was my attitude. It was funny. Yesterday I was in the post office, and this woman came in. I'm pretty sure she was Dutch, and she was so sweet, but she was all frazzled. And I was like the next in line in the front, and she came up and she started speaking to me, obviously, because I was the only one not on my phone. And she's like, I just have to have this stamped. She goes, it takes 2 seconds. Everything is paid for. She's like, I have my younger one in the car, and she's very agitated, and the older one is watching her. She starts telling me this whole story. So I'm like, that's fine. And then right away, I thought, if any of these other people act up or whatever for this 2 seconds, I'm going to take control of the situation and say, listen, if you don't have 2 seconds to let this person get a stamp on that, then you shouldn't be in this building. Like, I was all ready to get all defensive, because I'd pretty much taken the reins and decided, you go right up to that counter, go ahead. Because I'm not kidding you, this lady that was in the front being served brought in a garbage bag full of loose old coats, and was like trying to package it up at one of the windows, and was like, where's your cheapest, biggest bag for this? And this, not like, she didn't have anything ready. It was just like loose clothes. I thought, oh my God, it was like Armageddon, crazy town. I was like, I don't care. I'm like, if I have a riot on my hands, I'll subdue this crowd. But it was so funny. So you know what I mean? That it's like one of those things where we don't get reactive and we don't get combative. We're just like, hey, it is what it is. We have a little bit of kindness and allowance for people. It was like just that moment. But it's funny how I always thought people really can get sketchy about their own time. And I always think it's so ridiculous when somebody's in line anywhere, Starbucks, if they don't have 1 or 2 seconds, don't stop and go shopping. Don't stop and do that. You know what I mean? But people really like to hem and haw. So I was like, oh, let's not get this bitch started. Because around Christmas time, I don't need all this kind of hustle and bustle. I'm all about restfulness and quiet music and hot cocoa and taking it easy. I don't need people flipping out on me. So anyway, you guys, I'm really excited. So what is going to happen with this beautiful full moon energy? Let's see. So we have 3 cards to choose from. We have number 1 is the brat, which is funny. And number 2 is always. How sweet. Look at the little fairy princess. Number 3 is night light. Oh, look, she's asleep and the little fairy's holding the light for her. I love these cards so much. I find them so peaceful, so beautiful. They're just like very dynamic and angelic. I love anything to do with fairies, but they're bright and wistful. Every once in a while, I may just stop for a sip of water because I've been speaking a lot. Like I do some life coaching, so I've been speaking continually all day. So every once in a while, my throat's just like, liquid, please. There we go. So every once in a while, I am going to need a sip of something because I got to watch it. And there's so many weird little bugs and flus going around. But I always say to myself, I heal my body, I heal my mind, I heal my soul, I banish illness, I take control, no sickness dare stays in me. And then I'm like, I speak these words and watch them flee. And I really do kind of dispel all these weird things that everybody else is getting. I also picture myself constantly in wellness and do whatever I can to, have vitamins and things so I'm feeling better. So okay, guys, let's begin and see what's going on. So first of all, you have the brat. Now right away with that, I'm feeling you are going to have 1 or 2 people around you and they are going to be acting up. Now what is going on with that is you're going to recognize it for what it is. It's attention seeking. It's someone wanting to just be extra. We have them all the time. People get very worked up sometimes around the holiday seasons, full moons. We're releasing things, we're learning things, and things start to kind of compile emotionally. A lot of you have been DMing me that all of a sudden you just start crying. You feel really emotional, all of that. The holiday season does that to people. People are learning, new ways of forgiveness. That's one of the most powerful superpowers there is, forgiveness. So if somebody's acting bratty or silly, if you don't have the energy to divulge to them all the aspects of their brattiness or their, problematic behaviors, you can do it simply diplomatically by saying, listen, I really don't have the time for drama right now. I don't want to engage in this behavior. I'll get back to you when you're in a more calm state of mind. Yeah, just don't play into it, because when people are hurt, they want to hurt, so they're going to act up, they're going to act silly. They do. If you're a brother or sister, they're going to take your favorite coat or clothes without asking, borrow money from the cookie jar, just assume you're giving them ride places, things like that. So you're just going to have your act together and be able to lead accordingly and just trust that everything's going to be okay, because in your gut that if you react warmly or you just kind of vacate the area, that everything will pan out. But you have options other than to bicker, because it takes so much energy and courage to just stand up to someone, say, it's not really advisable that you act continually like this because you think you're getting your way, but in fact people are going to start to avoid you because nobody likes this kind of extra behavior. And if you care and love them, you can bring this attention to the behaviors, because some people, because it's not confronted, they think it's acceptable. So I feel like a few of you may have people at work that simply shunt their workload onto you, and they're like, oh, you've got this. They do the bare minimum, all of that. Now is the time where you're going to address this really wisely, really succinctly, and relieve yourself of stress and burdens, because you work hard and you want an ease to the scenario that isn't going to be bickering, fighting, or worse, backbiting. Oh, so and so does this. It always gets back to people. Nothing gets resolved. This is straightforward behavior, and you're really going to be on top of it in a great way. So let's see what the tarot has for you in terms of love, money. Whatever comes up is what we're going to discuss, because this moon is bringing a lot of benefits. 10 of Wands. So right now you've been carrying something you're going to be able to drop. You're realizing this load isn't yours. In some of the other tarots, you'll see it's somebody walking up a hill. In this case, she has a whole entire friggin' castle on her head, and that must get heavy, and she's going to need a ton of Aquanet to hold that bastard up. The Tower and the Hangman. Wow. See, this is resolution 5,000 for this group. Now, in a normal scenario, this would seem like, wow, so much stuff is in detriment. But this is what's interesting. This is stuff you're leaving behind. So, and also forming. You want a firm foundation. So you're not going to just do plasters. You know what I mean? You're not putting Band-Aids on bullet wounds. You're like, listen, if this like at work, if the whole kind of stability of how the work ethic with everybody around you is just going to hell and you're doing everything, you're just going to face this from the bottom up and be like, listen, A, B, and C needs to be done. And then we have to restructure this, that, and the other. And you're going to implement things really brilliantly. You're going to really have your act together because you're going to pause for a moment. The hangman is about pausing, reflecting, and finding the best resolution, solution, and benefit for everyone. Stopping. What happens is everybody is so quick to charge full speed ahead and be like, I've got this, but they haven't done the thought or meditation process that brings with it really wise, insightful ideas, right? I find any snap judgment usually doesn't work to the benefit of all. It can be just like a band-aid, but again, we're talking about going to the foundation. If there's a problem, again, if there is overindulgences in some people, they may need counseling. You may have one or two people in your family that overindulge in anything, maybe food, maybe alcohol, maybe pot, things where it is just a bit excessive and it gets in the way of their life. That's going to be addressed very adult-like, very diplomatic. Like, listen, if we go too far in anything, it doesn't matter what it is, even reading, if we're reading books and we're not moving and getting exercise, right? This is all about balance. It's going to be addressed in a really significant manner and make big changes because this is about new beginnings and not being hasty and removing stress, having a completion of an idea and having follow through. Somebody needs to go and seek help, have counseling, whatever, if there is any kind of depression and or like bipolarism, things like that. Because I feel like in this group, you may have people in your family with mental health issues that and stuff's getting overlooked, but now it might become burdensome. So you're looking into that. And this 10 of Wands is meaning it's also not your burden. I feel like some people, if they have parents that are unwell and they may have to go into senior care, that you don't beat yourself up about that. Or if you need to work and you need to put your child in daycare, don't beat yourself up about that. So many people think that they have to be all, do all, seem all, and it is too much. You are one individual and you have to give yourself a break. You have to put the focus where you know it has to be. Whether, it's on you bringing home some extra finances to cover mortgages, things like that. It's like put your focus towards it and know that you're going to be able to do whatever you need to do. And look at this. And you have justice as your overarching energy. So whatever was unfair and disbalance is going to fall back into place. It's going to fall back into alignment. It's going to be an ease of your burdens. And also, if there's anything in the court system right now where you're waiting for an answer, it is going to go your way. In fact, it was so funny. Ian had this very unlikable fellow that he had done a lot of work for on his boat, and then all of a sudden this guy's like just drops a lawsuit on Ian, like this guy broke something on his boat, and all of a sudden, so Ian just got the thing back today that said that there was absolutely no case that was made any sense, so the case went in his favor, and he was so relieved because I know that anything that's like caught up in the courts can be very, very burdensome. It can be expensive and all of that, but that is going to go your way, whether it's visitation rights, whether it's money, whether it's something to do with again, properties. I'm seeing stuff about properties, damaged properties, you getting reimbursed for that. All of that, things are going to go in your favor. And also how people are behaving. They're going to be much more gentle, than before. I feel like there was a lot of healing taking place, and maybe people getting over sicknesses and illnesses, and you just wanted a quiet place to rejuvenate and kind of get your bearings. And now you're going to have that chance with that hangman. You're going to slow everything down. You are not a machine. And I have to remind myself of this at times too, because all of a sudden one child comes at me and they're like, oh mom, remember you have to do this dental thing, and being like uninsured because we're still situating that, and we own our own company, so we have to do it in a way that's not ungodly expensive. All of a sudden I'm like, that's an $800 bill for all this dental work. Then it's like just everything. When Hagen did his knee and all of that, it's like I just take it in stride. I don't think I have to break my back and take on all these extra things, because I like to do a few things and do them very well. I have my tarot, my jewelry, and my counseling. I'm like, I'm not actually going to go and do 10 more things and burn myself out and then have my other areas of expertise suffer because I'm trying to do too much. So again, just watching and not being burdened by future finances to take it all in, because it can actually stress us out when we're like, I have to do this and that. And just say to yourself, I have all the time in the world, all is well, I'm in no hurry, everything will be taken care of. And when we picture ourselves in wellness and also wealth, when we know, hey, we have skill sets to earn money, we have revenue streams, we have family, we have whatever, it's like we start to calm down. And also to say everything is not due by tomorrow, right? We put all these pressurized due dates on ourselves to relax and just ease into it and know that everything will be taken care of, and that we are divinely guided and protected, and all the difficulties and all of that are now lifting. So that is you, group one. Beautiful energy. Please do take your time to stop and reflect and find the right answers. When we're just reactive and a knee-jerk reaction out of our subconscious to fight back, wound who's trying to wound us, things like that, we don't get anywhere. And you're learning that, and you're like, I don't want to play that anymore anyway. And by doing that, you're going to come out on top. You are going to be the stable, calm voice of reason. Again, and you're not putting band-aids on things anymore. You want to just look down at the foundation, make sure everything's strong, everything is coming from, is on the up and up, and that it's going to hold and stand the test of time. And you're going to release this burden. You're not having to carry a friggin' castle on your aqua netted hair because you're tired of that. It's like, these aren't your burdens. You don't have to worry about Tom, Dick, and Harry and everybody else and care for them, whether it's, them being unwell or monetarily or whatever. Release those burdens. Really, when we cannot feed people from an empty table. So you're really, and again, with that brat, anybody comes around you with that negative energy and self-serving garbage, you're like, I don't have time for it, but thanks for playing, adieu. And you'll have this, you'll have a beautiful, restful scenario. So a sip of water. I can tell when I've spoken to my max because my throat gets really kind of scratchy. So you guys, that is you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and please go down below and hit my check out my Instagram and come join the contest so you can win your Zodiac coin. I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff, jewelry giveaways, readings in the month of December. I need to take a week off in between contests because when I did the 10 readings in a row, it just was a lot. But I want to do my utmost to give back to you guys because you're unbelievable. You support me in my Etsy store and buy my creations. And then you post and send pictures of you wearing them. I really appreciate that. You guys like and share all my stuff. And I just love you guys so much. So I want to give back to you. So beautiful. Now we're on to number 2, always. Now I love this card because this is almost like a pure wands card where it's about the birth, the beginnings, creativity, partners, luck, opportunities, and all these things. An enthusiastic life mate, someone who's coming and someone who's always going to be there for you. If you can already identify who this person is that no matter what happened to you, they'd always be there. Just think of this person for a minute. You're in the emergency room and you want to see someone's face first. Who is this? That person that will always be there for you. And some of you have someone who is coming in that is going to be your soul connection that will always be there for you. They're absolutely not looking for a bigger, better deal. Anybody else, you are their special, angel on earth for sure. It's like I can't drink enough beverages. I don't know what's happening. And I want to see what you're over. Yeah. So right now you have the ultimate potential card too, which is saying, I choose to live a life to my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment. Turning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I ever turn to anything else? I'm looking at you, smooth jazz and talk radio. I'm always tuned into smooth jazz. It's called winter jazz, funky jazz, jazzy jazz. I'm always listening to it. I adore it. I find it so... I don't know. I can just think I like painting by it. I feel like it's so sweet and lovely. So we're going to turn to the tarot, but right around with this group too, I feel like if honestly, a lot of you guys have this absolute kindred spirit as well coming in that wants to stick by you, help you. It's your own earth angel. And I feel like, you've karmically earned this. You've done so much for other people. I'm getting a really... It's like a really intense feeling that you have suffered some kind of agony or some kind of defeat or feeling where you just felt heart sad. It's like you're trying to discover your best self. You're trying to get aligned with your true path purpose. You're trying to see the good in everything. But every once in a while, it's like you just go, go, go. And if we really, because we can see through a heavy 3D lens where things look, oh, that's expensive, that's hard. And in winter, it really is harder because expenses go up and daylight goes down. And that's not a fun blend. So when we think optimistically, like, listen, I don't have to spend as much. And I can, that's why I always advocate to exercise a little more in the winter and get those endorphins going so you feel good that way. But every once in a while, I feel like this group, you have a little sense of desolation. Just like, I keep trying, keep going up this hill. Every once in a while, I would like, to get to the top of the mountain and get out of the valley. And that's what's coming for you. And I feel like it's so well earned. You planted those seeds. There's kind of like this beautiful ending of all the harshness, and you're going to have this beautiful balance within you and have, your wishes fulfilled and have things just nice, glorious success, victories. I feel something's going to happen to you on social media too that draws attention to you in a really great way. I'm seeing that. The Hermit, yeah, a little time away. You have some new revenue stream coming in. There's Three of Cups, some great social. Yeah, I feel like socially, you're going to hit some kind of gold mine socially where you tap upon something, a phrase or something, or a t-shirt or something silly or fun that it is like a social phenomenon, and like people just pick up on it, and all of a sudden they want that product. It's like this thing, it's this word, this phrase, whatever. And because it's related to you and you've coined that phrase, you're like this, you're like this cause celeb, and everybody wants to like get to know you and DM you and talk to you or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's some fervor and it's really interesting. So I'm very excited. So I feel like if you take a pause and you have a hermit moment, you've kind of been ruminating about this. You've had an idea, something, some slogan, you wanted on something, and all of a sudden it finally comes to you. And then you get it out there and it just goes like wildfire on social media, and it brings you money, and people just, they want to support you and donate and show you their love, because all of a sudden it's like you have this wit, this charm, and this intelligence about you, and it's really contagious and people want to help you. This is all about victory, glory, success. I feel letters, emails, all this stuff is going to come to you. Any burdens or stress are going to be lifted. You put hard work and thought into this, and you're having this beautiful, like, momentary pause. How can I kind of get this out there? You solidify a plan, then boom, off it's going. And part of it is due to this, your self-love right now. You're openly embracing a feeling of self-love. You love yourself because you understand yourself. You love yourself as the most committed partner you'll ever have. You show yourself love in any way that you can. And when you screw up, you remember to be sweet and gentle with yourself. I always have remind people to talk to themselves like their own younger brother or sister. You wouldn't tell your own younger brother or sister, you're stupid, you're fat, you'll never get this or that, right? You're always cheering them on. You're smart, you're lovely. Anyone would be lucky to have you. You're a valuable human being. You talk them up, right? So you are currently going to start to do that. And because our brain believes absolutely what we tell it, I am at ease in any social situation. I am a breeze at finding the appropriate words when necessary. I'm calm in all circumstances. I am using traffic wisely, listening to cool YouTubers. I'm not, I am untouchable when it comes to my nerves, stuff like that. And because you're doing that, it's your body and your brain is really absorbing that. And so you're creating a new existence for yourself. That's what manifesting is. And you have a foothold beautifully on that. So you're going to have insane luck and opportunities come up. And I'm just seeing teams of people trying to help you. It's crazy. So I'm so excited for your group too. Beautiful. Yeah. Coins, money, help, great ideas. And this is what's cool. Once you have one pretty wild, fun idea, I find more come. It's like one of those things. Like I remember one day I was like, what sort of topics should I think of? And I just sat down to meditate, and I literally had like 10 just pop up, and they were all good ones. And I was going to just film solidly for like a couple hours. But I remember, like, when you think of one, you're like, wow, I have really good ideas. And then your brain is like, I do. So here's some more. Bah, 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 bah. And that's what's happening to you. And you're going to have people, some of these new people that come in and help you, these kindred spirits, they're your always person. And your soulmate coming in, they're your always person. A huge amount of you guys having it coming right at the start of 2020, these people coming in. So exciting stuff. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. All my links are down below. If you want to enter the contest to win your gold zodiac, come and see me. All you have to do is follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my channel. And then within a day or two, I pick the winners of whatever coins. And I'll have everything right there on IG. It'll say what it is. But I like to do these fun giveaways, and I do daily posts and memes, everything tarot related, spiritual, stones, crystals, things like that. Okay, you guys. So now we are on to number 3, which is nightlight. Now, this right now is saying that, you're going to feel spirit all around you. You're going to feel the protection. You're going to feel the light. You're going to feel the guidance. You're going to feel source with you all the time. When you're alone, you're not scared. When you're alone, you don't feel isolated. You feel the kindness, warmth, and healing energy of spirit with you. I had to do this the other night because something fell over in my attic and everybody was sound asleep. Right away, I'm like, how am I going to protect my family from a pack of murderers? And I'm looking around the room, literally, what can I kill people with if they attack us? I'm like, oh, that ukulele looks not strong enough. And I'm like, I'll throw the cats at them. I don't care at this point. I was literally plotting these invisible people's death. It's like one of those things where it was such a loud noise, it really spooked me. But I took a breath and I said, let's not be irrational. I'm like, because have you ever had a fearful thought when you're alone or it's dark? It will streamline into an other frenzy of crazy thoughts. So I said, well, let's recalibrate right now. Nobody's ever come in your house or tried to murder your family. So I doubt they're going to start right now. So let's breathe. And I was using Marissa Peer's technique of like self-calming. And when you use the words, I am calm, I'm calming myself in a deeper, mellower, deeper, calmer headspace. And when you say the word deeper to yourself, it brings the energy inward down through your stomach. And I was saying, I'm about to fall asleep in a deeper, calmer sleep. And I was saying that over and over. Boom, I was out like within 5 minutes. So you can, if you can get that self-mastery to calm yourself, you can literally put yourself to sleep and almost hypnotize yourself into a calm place. Now, and that's what this nightlight is about, that you're not going to feel alone. You're not going to feel unsafe. You're not going to feel like some mad robber barons are going to bust into your house and steal your candy canes. Like, I'm serious. I have the most fantastical mind, the stuff, 7 of Pentacles that I can think of. I'm like, oh no, you're not even going to go down there. The Sun and 7 of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. Woo! Oh my gosh. So this group right here with this full moon coming in, you're going to be able to usher in so much, again, this your wonderful self-love, victory, glory, success, people wanting to be around you, being your company. You're highly magnetic. The Sun, you feel protected, warm, vibrant, like nothing can touch you. You feel it's like Wheel of Fortune. You feel like you are completely on top of the world in a really wonderful way, like vibrant. You're literally like this bright, bright light and beacon. You're like the lighthouse to people. If they want good company, you're the first one that comes up, like spontaneous, unpredictable, super fun. Literally the life of the party, someone who just beams. And what's happening is I feel like you're learning the law of attraction. You're learning when you're in a good mood and you're positive and you have gratitude, more of that comes about. So you're starting to already feel in the Christmas spirit in a really epic way. And you're realizing, our thoughts bring things into our life. It brings people into our life. It brings actions. It brings jobs. It brings opportunities. It brings so much. And by realizing that, we understand that we can actualize anything, but we do need to, have humor, a good personality, energy, kindness, and all of that. But you have a really genuine love for people. And I feel like you don't suffer fools, so they can aggravate you and you can dismiss them. And you're kind of like a people beacon. Like you can pick out those people, you understand their energy, you have high emotional intelligence, and you use that as like fun fuel. And that's where you direct your energy with more fun people, and you guys boo each other, you make each other feel good. And when you can, if people are hurting or suffering, you bring them up, because I feel like you have a very healing aspect to you as well. And you planted those seeds, so now you're getting this fruit. Everything is bearing fruit, your good ideas. And because of that, it's like you're being highly attractive to other people. You're probably going to have a pretty large, substantial amount of suitors that are coming in, invites, a busy social circuit, all of this stuff. But you're feeling good. You're feeling, with this Ace of Cups energy, you're feeling like new vitality, like a wellspring of good ideas. And I feel like, but you're also being practical with yourself, because I feel like when you get this energy to help earth and ground you, you're practical. You don't burn yourself out. You have a lot of clarity and understanding. You take action when it's warranted. But you're very dynamic. And you're feeling good and you're on top of things, and you're just warm, ebullient, and you're in the good head space and heart space that makes for a lovely balance. So this full moon is setting you on full wackadoodle fun time. And I'm excited because oftentimes we go through peaks and valleys and withdrawals. We're like, social, no, you know what I mean? Like, oh, Netflix and home is good for me. But you feel the warm welcome and embrace of your peers and people around you, and it feels good and you deserve it. So I'm really excited, group 3. Yay! If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And if you want to enter Win Your Zodiac Coin, go over to my Instagram at SparkCrystal11. My link's down below. And I'll have tomorrow morning, I will be listing the contest rules. It's really simple. It'll be right under all the gold coins. It's basically where you live and your zodiac. And I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff this month. I just did 10 reads in 10 days, free giveaways last, a couple weeks ago. So I do a lot of giveaways because I want to give back, but I kind of need that social platform to use because I can't go through all the comments over under the videos. It's really difficult. And again, if you have too, I'm always asking people if you have any ideas that you'd like subject matters for me to do reads on. I'm more than happy to. And again, I want to thank you guys for all your love and support and, buying my handcrafted jewelry and ordering readings and supporting my channel in such an epic way. We're like just shy of 40,000, which is absurdly awesome. I'm like, I don't know. These numbers are just like, they just fly out every once in a while. Ian's like, you realize you're at this, that? And I'm like, wow, that's incredible. And it's all because of you guys. So again, get out there, group 3, with this dynamic energy and take charge because you have a lot of great stuff coming for you. So love and light.